Hey y'all, it's Vicki and welcome to another video. So I'm going to be staring at the sun while I'm talking to you today because I decided it was better for me to be staring at the sun than you in the video. And that's just the way it's going to be this time of morning now for a little while because that's where the sun is. So if it's your first time here, this is Miss Vicki and I like to do videos on other YouTubers. And the one that I seem to have a concentration on right now is Sarasota Tim. And that doesn't mean that he's any more important than anybody else. It's just the majority of my audience, that's who they want to hear about. And he is on a trip. He likes to travel maybe once a year in his RV. And I think that's good that he's finally traveling because he gets more views. He probably gains subscribers when he travels. So for him, that's probably better. Now, is he a traveling channel? No, he is not. He is just a talking head like me. I mean, there's really no difference in us. The times I travel, I really don't attempt to do it because it takes a lot of hard work. And usually when I'm traveling, it's my vacation because I do continue to work. And that's just the way it is. Now, I like to give you the date. The date today is September 11th, which we all know what happened today. And we remember those that were lost in the tragedy. And it is 7:53 a.m. I can't see because of the sun. It is 63 degrees. And 85% humidity. And I am in Northwest North Carolina, in that corner that kind of meets Virginia, Tennessee. Okay, now we're going to talk about Tim being there. And the reason I'm kind of introducing myself is because I am hoping that some of the people that have just found Tim will also find me and a few others, Dinger, Darling, and there's a few others. They'll all be listed below who make commentary about Tim. And the reason I'm here is I want to give you, I'm trying not to be mean, but I'm also trying to get it across to you. He is not what he claims to be. And, you know, I know that all of you can decide for yourself, but you know, I just feel like he's not what he claims to be. Now, yesterday, he found a new campground, and, you know, that's good for him, I guess. You know, before, you know, last week I was saying he would never be able to handle it over there, but he is. I think that if the car show was not going on, and he didn't think the rod run, if he didn't think he could get more views because of that, I think he would have already been gone. He's having to pay for a campground, which he's never had to do before. So he's having to move today, though, to a new campground because, of course, it's packed full over there. You could see yesterday from a video I was watching this morning that it's already, you know, and it's only going to get worse each day up until Sunday. And then Sunday it'll clear out. Now, he's been there now 2 days. He's not been to Gatlinburg. When he goes to Gatlinburg, here is my prediction. And y'all know I get it wrong more than right, but here's my prediction. He's going to whine about the parking because the parking is, you have to pay to park. When I say you have to, there are some free lots or some free parking spaces, but he probably won't know that unless somebody tells him at the campground. There's a street when you go into Gatlinburg from Pigeon Forge. If you turn right at I think it's like number 3 maybe. I don't know. I get the numbers wrong because all the stoplights are numbered over there. But if you turn right, like you're going to where some of the hotels and condominiums are, you can park along that street. That's free parking. But people get it fast. And, you know, with it already being crowded, and some people prefer to stay in Gatlinburg and drive into Pigeon Forge. So, you know, you're going to have a lot of traffic that way. But anyway, And there is a church that also allows parking free. Now, I didn't go see where that was at, but I think it's a pretty good walk up the hill. And when he drives through Gatlinburg, he's going to say, well, this is nothing but a tourist trap. And I mean, a lot of people think that it is. And I'm not going to dispute that, but there's just a little bit more to it. There are some shops down there that are local. There's some craftsmen there that, there's some restaurants that are local that's been there for years. And of course, he's not eating. He's supposedly carnivore, and he's fixing his own food, which is, fabulous for him. But I'm sorry, I wouldn't be able to resist a restaurant or two. For those of you that don't know, I was just in the area 2 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago. And I only filmed a little bit. I stayed at the island in Pigeon Forge. He has not been to the island yet. The island is free as far as walking around. There's one thing that he could do for not a lot of money, and that's get on the Sky Wheel or the Mountain Wheel and go up there and get some good footage. Now, it's not expensive. I don't know what they tend to charge depending on the time and what's going on. So it might be a little more this week than it was when I was there. When I was there, it was only $15. Now, we didn't get on it, but anyway, that would be a great place to get footage, because if you look at some people that's been on the Sky Wheel, they do have, or I want to say Sky Wheel because that's what it is in Myrtle Beach, where I have ridden one before. But anyway, you can get some good footage of the mountains. He's had people tell him that he should go to Ober-Gatlinburg, the Sky Mountain or whatever it's called, Anarchista. And I don't think anybody's told him to go to the Skyline Ranch. Of course, he's had numerous people to tell him to go to Dollywood. Tim is not going to go to those places. He is not going to pay the money, even if you, a viewer who sees him, says, oh, I'll give him some coffee money, and maybe he'll do this. I don't believe even if you sent him the money, unless you sent him a large amount, would he pay to get into Dollywood and walk around and film for you. He would probably tell you, as he told you yesterday, if you watched his video yesterday, when he's walking around looking at the cars, at the end, he says that everything's there for you to see, for you to come and see. And, he talks about the mountains, the park, everything. He says you've got. Sorry, guys, my alarm went off. I thought I'd cut it off, and now I can't see nothing when it comes to that screen, so I don't know what I look like. Anyway, he's telling you that he's not going to go see any of those things if it's not free, and it's not, pretty much right there on the parkway. Of course, he keeps calling it Boulevard. He's not going to pursue it. Now, I don't know if he's actually going to go in the park. I mean, when I say go into the park, is he going to go, to Gatlinburg? Is he going to go to the Sugarlands Visitor Center and then go into the park? I don't know. I hope he knows he has to have a parking pass, because if you're going to go into the park and you're going to park in the Smoky Mountain National Park for more than 15 minutes, you have to have a parking pass. If they will fine you, and if you're, usually they'll fine you and then give you like another few more minutes. And if you've not come back to your vehicle, they're going to call and get you towed. And you best not ever block anybody in, because you're going to get towed. I don't care, even if you're there, if you don't beat that record out where the record's coming in to tow you, they're going to tow you. Even if you were to walk up to the record right then and say, I'm here, they're going to say it's too late, you're being towed. They'll tell you where to pick it up at. They are very strict over there, especially about blocking people in and blocking the road to where emergency vehicles cannot get in. Because most of those roads, it's one way in and one way out. you're on a road and it's one lane and you can't get off until you get to the end of it. And I don't know that he can handle that, because Tim is the type that gets, he gets upset over I feel like the least little thing. He's all he's talked about this week is something to do with the camper. He doesn't take time to stop and smell the roses. And, I've thought of names I want to call him. Like, it starts with an M-O. You can fill in from there. I'm not going to say it, but anyway, that's what I feel he is. I feel he's a doofus head, and I could sit here and call him names all day long. And, he's really got me going this week, because I wish I had a week there. And you can bet I would have at least gone to Skyline Ranch and probably gone to Dollywood. If I would have had a week and people were sending me coffee money or whatever money, you can bet I would be at those places getting footage. But anyway, that's just my saying. I'm going to say it. I'm going to hush. And if you want to see those cars, there's other channels out there that will show you. I'll link the one I watched this morning. She's been there every day this week, I think, already. I think she come in maybe Sunday or Monday. And she's out there walking every day, twice a day, I believe. And her voice is very calming, nothing like mine. And she'll let you know what it's all about. So for all of you that are new, thank you so much for watching. For all my friends that have been here for a long time, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate all of you, and I hope you all go out and have a wonderful day and stay strong, and I'll talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.